Hey YouTube, how you doing? My name's Will from apptotap, and today I'm going to take a look at the full in-depth tour of the GarageBand for the iPad editions. And yes, I'll be going through every single instrument on this sort of application. So start off with, we're going to go on the pianos. Now, as you know, this is a great application to own if you just want to play around in music and however. Basically, when you first start, you get the grand piano on your sort of menu or select. So basically, you can choose the sort of how far down or how far up you want to go on the piano by pressing the arrow keys. As well, you've got sustain there, you can hold it down and press the key, as it does have multi-touch on here, or you can just have it on all the time and keep on playing. Now as well, if you don't want to keep on pressing those arrows, you can basically tap that button there, and that gives you the option to scroll up and down. As well, if you press the center button, you'll be able to go back to the sort of center of the keyboard. So here you have the scale of the keyboard, so basically it gives you the minors and all that sort of other good stuff you get on your piano. Then here you just get this, whatever it is, I have no idea what that does. However, on the side here you got the keyboard, so you have a dual keyboard, so you can have the keyboard like a cathedral. As well, and then down here you got your medium, so I say large, and you got your medium, show you there. And then you got your tiny little keyboard with your tiny fingers. I have got a bit of thin fingers, but then fat fingers on the end. And then controls, you have the sort of velocity. I can't really say that. And you got your key controls here. That's just basically the grand designs as well. Here you have your classics. So if you like sort of different tones of each different keyboards that you can get in the world. As well, if you swipe to your left to right, you can have multiple keyboards. And you got your leads. You got your bass leads, pads, and you got your effects. Basically, you've got everything on this. You got everything you want basically, as this is one of those applications you will not regret buying. However, you can still just do the same things you did a minute ago with the first piano I showed you, but on the top here you have a bit of a difference. You have the cut-off switch, you have the LUFU rate, and you have the resonance or response, and then after that the vol release. So you can play around with this as much as you want as well. Here you got your pitch, and then you got your mod. So there's quite a lot of things you can do on the pianos, and as well, if you tap back on to my instruments, you can go back to the lineup that they're offering. Then drums, now this is where it gets quite cool. You have this sort of a classic drum. Turn that for you. So you see this sort of stuff moves around when you tap the bass. If you tap it really hard, it'll go really loud. If you tap it soft, it'll go quiet. As well, here you got your sort of cymbals and all that sort of good stuff. And as well, if you want to change that, you can by going to the vintage kit. So it's not very tight at all. Then after you got your live rock. So you basically got a bit more of a tightness and a bit more awesomeness going on there. And then after that, you got your own little sort of machine, sort of drum pad or what you want to call it. Basically, just tap it, and it'll basically give you whatever you get on electronic one. And you can just go for the house drums and also the hip hop drums, as you can see there. So it's quite good there. And after that, you got your guitars. Now guitars, you can plug in your own guitar, but I don't really have a guitar because I never really played a guitar, nor do I know how to play a guitar. However, on the top you have your tuning, so you can tune your guitar. As well, here you can plug in your guitar as well into the headphone jack. As well, if you swipe to your left or right, you can actually choose any sort of amp that you would like to own. As well, here you got your own sort of I don't know. I'm not a guitarist, so I don't know what these are. So you have different options there. And then going to instruments again, you have your own audio recorder. So your iPad, or should I say audio iPad, should have the built-in mic. If it doesn't, then just use a headphone where it has a mic, and then you just basically record your voice, and that is it. Nothing interesting there. Then sampler is really good. This is where you can actually perform various tasks and very more options, and then the one I showed you a second ago. So basically, once you finish recording, you do have the presets one here, as well as you have your ones there. Now, if you want to have the preset ones, you just basically press on it. And of course, it just sounds a bit creepy when it sounds like that. Of course, here you can keep going up and down, and it can go right down. So you can see there. And also you have the same sustain, and then after that you have the pitch, scroll, and all that sort of good stuff, and as well as scale and all the other stuff we saw a minute ago on the piano. However, when you're finished with that, you can go into smart drums. Now this is really good if you don't know how to play the drums, then this can help you basically make, you know, quite good music, also sound. So you can see there's basically put anything on the table. So you can see there it starts off. Or if you don't want to basically making it, then you can go on the sort of shuffle mode, and that will make it a bit more different, so I say, however you want to say it. And after that you can choose between which drum you would like to use. Just basically the same we saw a minute ago. Now the one that's came in new to this, of course, is the actual violins. Now the violins are pretty cool. You just tap on the one that you know you want to have, so you unhighlight all the other violins, and you just have the one left, and that basically is the one you're going to be playing with. Now if you want to go and do autoplay, you can choose this one here. You have off, and you have options 1 to 4. Now if you want to go to number 2, so you can see that it's very good indeed. Oh. Then after you have different options here, from cinematic, modern, pop, romantic. Pop's more of a good sound. So you can see that's really good fun and very interesting, and it really is getting you in the mood to play music. Now as well here you have a bit of bass guitars as well, and the really cool thing as well is you can actually have notes, so you can actually play along with like a real guitar, like so, or you can bend the sort of strings like so. Then again you do have other options, having the muted, picked, upright, explorant, light circle, retro bass, square bass. So these ones on the bottom are quite new, so it's been recently added. So you can see there's a bit of 80s there, it's pretty cool. So it's pretty cool. I quite like it. It's, you know, pretty unique, quite different. Then moving on here, you've got a smart keyboard. So if you don't know how to play the piano, then you can go on here, and it actually helps you make quite good notes. Or you can go back onto autoplay, like so. And you don't have as much as piano options as you do on the actual solo piano, but you do get some good options. Like so. Then moving on down to the guitars, you just have the normal guitar, the autistic, or say autistic, whatever you want to call it, guitars. You have classic, clean, you have the good old hard rock and the roots rock. Now you do have options to have the heavenly chorus. We can turn it off. Echo. We can have both of them on. If you want to hold on to the side like that, you can play like so. You mute it. That's why you have autoplay like all the other stuff, like that, or you can go back onto the notes itself, so you can bend them like so. It's very good indeed. Now as well on the side, you back to your start, you have the keyboard. Now when you record music, you do have the option to have it with people, or you have the option to play solo yourself. Now, as you can see here, you have AirPlay Bluetooth, so you can send sound to GarageBand on AirPlay, and as well, it's got advanced options. You've got metronome. I really don't like that. I turn it off all the time, so it's really annoying. You've got a countdown, so it counts down to play your music. Tempo, key, time signature, fade out and AirPlay Bluetooth, so you can play with your friends via Bluetooth. You've got solo, and you've got your sort of different things here, that if you're going to go and do more advanced options. However, when you record and you finish recording, you do come back to this menu where you have the option to basically scroll and readjust the length of your song. As well, if you swipe to your right, you do have the option to turn the volume up and down on the actual music you played. You can put the mute on, so you can mute it so you can listen to other things, or you can actually listen to it on itself, so you can see what's the problem or whatever else. If you tap it, you can duplicate it, or you can merge it, or you can delete it like so. And then once you've done that, it's back to its menu. And then once you've done that, of course, you go back into My Songs. and of course it has nothing in there because I haven't really recorded anything, but you can share this on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook and so on, you name it, you got it. As well, what else have I forgotten, or what should I mention? Well, on here on the side that many people don't really know is that if you go on the actual plus icon, you have up to 8 bars, or you can go up to 10 bars or whatever. But if you want to make the song very lengthy, you can by pressing the automatic, so the actual length of the music can be various to your option. And to be honest with you, that is really it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this sort of full in-depth review. If you did, then please do subscribe and also like, as there will be plenty more of these coming in the later videos. But however guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video.